Hello all, welcome to this parent meeting. This is actually a post recording. Our Teams meeting did not function the way that it was supposed to with its recording, so I'm going to quickly recap everything that was covered in the meeting and try to give you as much information as quickly as I possibly can. First things first is if you've not filled out the registration form, this is going to be the link to the registration form that your student needs to fill out. And you actually, the parent, need to fill it out with them as well, because there's a place for you to enter in some of your contact information, as well as a place for you to go in and opt into some volunteer options that we're going to need for the marching band this year that we'll talk more about later on. This presentation was sent out, and I will send it out again along with the link with this video, and you should be able to click directly on these links inside of the presentation. Our band website. We have been editing our band website over the course of the past year and are continuing to update it as quickly and as efficiently as we can. If you are interested in helping manage the website, I would love some help from some parents in order to keep this operation afloat. Right now I'm doing all the website edits, but if you have any interest in being kind of our website guru or coordinator, please contact me. I would love to have some folks volunteer to do that. On our website, you're going to find all things Gladiator Band, including our calendar, places for files and forms, for music for students, for other resources like our absence policy, different descriptions of our ensembles, different things that we'll need to do for the school year, media, and there's also going to be fundraising and ways for us to communicate about our fundraising initiatives, which we will also, again, talk about later in this presentation. This document here on the left will be sent out via email and an attachment. It has already been sent out, but the PDF link is here for you to peruse. All dates on this calendar are mandatory unless otherwise stated. We do have an absence form that we're going to use. It's just a simple Google form for this upcoming school year. But if you know in advance that you're going to miss an event that's on the band calendar, you need to communicate that with me, but also fill out this absence form so we can kind of keep track of things. For example, Band camp starts July 19th and runs through Friday, July 23rd, and then the second week is also July 26th through July 30th. Those are extremely mandatory. The times for the first week of band camp are going to be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The times for the second week of band camp are going to be 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. We will provide dinner that second week of band camp, but lunches will need to be packed for students both weeks. We will not have students leaving campus to go get lunch, so they will need to pack, but we'll talk more about that as we get closer to it. We are going to have a Friday evening rehearsal. The football team is traveling to an away game out of state, so we will not be traveling with them. But on August 27th, we will have a Friday evening block in our stadium. That's normally going to be an away game, so we want to keep that on the calendar and keep that moving forward. And then we also have a Saturday practice on October 2nd. That's going to be another 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. kind of deal with dinner provided. Our football game schedule is there listed as well. You can kind of see our home and away games. We do play in the Corky Kale Classic on that should be September 20th. That's an incorrect date there. September 20th at Gainesville. And I will get that corrected as soon as I can. That is August 20th. It should be August 20th. And then we do have some Saturday events like our Fulton County Marching Exhibition on September 18th. Competition, the Southern Invitational at Sprayberry High School on October 16th. October 30th is the Super Bowl of Sound at Central Carroll High School, and November 6th, we always travel to the White Columns Invitational at Milton High School. This document, like I said, is on a PDF link right here that you can click on for the presentation. If you know of any dates in advance that you are going to miss for an excused absence, please submit those as soon as you know. Please also submit unexcused absences, but please communicate with me. Our regular schedule is going to be Mondays from 6 to 8 p.m. for color guard, Tuesdays 4 to 6:30 for winds and percussion. We will have a handful of Tuesdays that are going to be in the stadium, and those will be evening rehearsals so that we do not conflict with football practice. But there are some Tuesdays we're going to be able to do a night rehearsal in the stadium. Our athletic director, Jason Holcomb, has been very, very adamant about supporting us as much as he can, and wants to make sure that we have some success practicing in a stadium, because that's actually going to be where we perform. It's going to be in stadiums. So we will try to nail down those dates as soon as we have the full fall schedule ready to go and communicate those to you as soon as we know. Thursdays from 4 to 6:30 will be full band. Fridays, just in general rule, don't schedule anything on game days. Competition/rehearsal Saturdays, in general rule, just don't schedule anything. So that way we can have all students there at all times. It's very important for every single marching band student to be present at all times, because we do not have a second string, we do not have backups, we do not have alternates for folks to fill in. Every student performs 100% of the time, and so when folks are not at rehearsal, it does affect the members around them, and it does affect our rehearsal process. Fall marching dues. I know no one likes talking about money, but unfortunately this activity is not free. Our goal as a booster organization and as a program is to continue to up our fundraising ability so that way we can lower these dues in the future. But as you can see, 56% of our membership dues goes towards direct instruction. That is a teacher that is placed in front of your kids the entire time. That's direct instruction. 30% of the membership dues goes towards the show design. That includes the marching music, the drill, the licensing rights in order for us to use and record that music, because we do have to pay fees for those types of things. Props, any drill design, those types of things. 19% of our membership dues goes towards travel and equipment. That is taking a truck and moving all of our instruments and equipment to our competitions and our away games, as well as paying for gas and other things necessary for us to function and compete. So our fee structure, this is going to be for all marchers this year. We're going to have a $250 deposit on due by June 15th, another $250 payment due by July 15th, and another $250 payment due by August 15th. Our goal is to get that payment structure set up as easily as we can and get that taken care of as quickly as we can. There is the potential for us to go on a trip for next spring, and so we want to try to get rid of marching band payments because we know some folks will start to make trip payments shortly after that. If you need an alternate payment plan, please reach out to one of our Band Booster Association treasurers. That's going to be Haichi Carr or Celeste Jones, and we will work with you to make a payment plan that works for you. But please communicate that with us in advance. Fundraising. So like I said, we're hoping to implement a lot of fundraising ideas that we can keep moving forward. A lot of these are small, easy, continuous income type things, but there are a few like big one-time things as well. FanRaise is an email campaign that will ask students to collect email addresses, and we will have messages and cool things that we will send out directly to those folks on our FanRaise campaign. For example, Chattahoochee High School did theirs during the middle of the start of the pandemic last year and still raised about $12,000. Hillgrove High School over in Cobb County just completed theirs about 2 weeks ago, and they raised about $17,000 through FanRaise. So I'm hoping that we can get at least somewhere around $6,000 to $8,000 out of that. And if we can do that, then that's going to be a great thing for us moving forward because we can offset some of our expenses. We do have a Script program that everyone will be receiving an email about here in the next couple weeks. Script is a program where you can go buy gift cards through an online retailer, and they kick a percentage of the proceeds back to our Band Booster organization. Every time I go to Starbucks, I do not buy from the Starbucks app. I go buy an e-gift card, an electronic gift card from the Script organization, and then load that e-gift card into my Starbucks app. I get the same amount. I still pay $15 or whatever it is. There's a small bank transaction fee of like 15 cents or something like that. But a lot of times the band gets kicked back 7 to 10% with some of those things. When we build props, we will buy some Home Depot or Lowe's gift cards and then go use those to purchase anything we need to build for props, and that'll kick a portion of proceeds back. So if you ever buy gift cards or ever send gift cards as gifts for family members, friends, please consider doing that through our Script program. You can do e-gift cards, and those are very easy to email to your friend, your neighbor, whoever you want to send those out to, and a portion of that profit will get kicked back to our Band Booster organization. We will have dine out nights, which is where we partner with local restaurants, and we help them gain patrons to their business, and they will kick a portion of the proceeds back. Last year we did a dine out night with Panda Express. We did one with City Barbecue, and those were fairly successful. Those bring in anywhere from $200 to $500 each time we do it. We are looking at setting up a sponsorship matrix where donors can contribute a certain amount of money and receive certain benefits for those things. That's a committee that we're forming and that we will begin to implement over the course of this school year, 2021 through 2022. We will do some spiritware sales again. We did make about $500 off of our spiritware sales back in fall of last year, so we're hoping to do 2 rounds of spiritware sales during the year this year and bring in some money that way. We do have some parents working on setting up Kroger and Publix community rewards. Those are, again, small little donations here and there, but those do total up. So anytime you shop at Kroger or Publix and you use your phone number, it'll connect to the account for the Johns Creek Bamboo Association. Amazon Smile, anytime you shop on Amazon, please use Amazon Smile, and you can elect the Johns Creek High School Band Booster Association as your nonprofit that you would like to donate to. We do get small checks every month from that. But anytime I make purchases for the band program through Amazon, I use Amazon Smile. For my own personal purchases, I use Amazon Smile just so that we can kick back that money to the band program. And it works really, really well if you set that up with the Amazon credit card as well, because you yourself can earn points while also doing donations to the Band Booster Association. And as always, we do take donations and we ask for donations at our concerts and things of that nature. And we do have some folks that just want to reach out and be charitable throughout the school year. So we are always welcome and accepting of those things as well. Volunteering. Kathy Hogan and Marty King are our vice presidents for the Band Booster Association. Kathy is going to be mostly in charge of volunteers and coordinating things for this school year. We do need folks to be chaperones for football games, for competitions, but also chaperones for our concert band trips when we go to LGPE, things of that nature. We will need a pit crew to help move equipment and instruments and anything we need to get to and from our games and our competitions. A lot of times chaperones kind of double in that role as well, but I would like to have 1 or 2 dedicated pit crew members as well to help drive the truck and some other things like that. So if you have any interest or experience driving larger trucks, we would love to have you work with our program. We do need someone to work a medical tent for every practice and every game, essentially. For the practices, we like to have a tent set up that's going to have some medical supplies. It'll have some fresh water, some Gatorade, anything if a kid falls and scrapes their knee, or if a kid is starting to feel dehydrated, they can go take a break and sit in the tent in the shade for just a few minutes. And having a parent there really, really helps. You do not have to be a licensed nurse or anything like that, but having a parent really, really helps because that allows me to continue the rehearsal without having to stop to check on the student. So I know that'll be one of the signups that'll get sent out from Kathy later on. We do need some help with uniforms. We will do uniform fittings the first week of band camp, as well as we will need help just distributing and maintaining uniforms throughout the season, washing them, things like that. If you have any engineering or building experience, we will need to build some props for this school year for the marching band show. So please reach out to me directly if you have any interest in doing that and helping out with that. We will need to get together this summer to try to start designing some things so that we can get ready for the fall season. We will need food donations such as popsicles or icy pops, the frozen ice tubes, popsicles for some practices. We will need some donation help with some food. For example, for the second week of band camp, we'd like to supply dinners for all the students. We do away game meals for our students as well, so we will need some help with donations there. Supply donations such as tape and markers and other things like that. There will be a supply list that gets emailed out, but the list goes on, and we have no shortage of places to get you plugged in. So if you have any interest in volunteering at all, and you're not sure where you can get plugged in or where you can help out, we will find a place for you, and we would like as many parents that can volunteer their time as possible. Do not be offended if we have an event and you volunteer and you end up not doing a whole lot. We just want to try to get folks involved as much as we can, and so we will definitely find a place for you to get plugged in. Physicals. All marching band students must have a Georgia physical on file before July 19th. July 19th is the start of band camp, and if you turn it in on July 18th, it's probably not going to get approved by July 19th. So you need to take care of this sooner rather than later. Just like last year, we're going to go through Dragonfly Max. It's an online program. I will send out an email specifically for Dragonfly Max instructions at a later date that'll have step-by-step instructions on how to register as well as get your forms turned in. That link there for the Georgia physical form, that is the physical form that can be completed. They are good for a calendar year, so everyone in marching band probably needs to re-up theirs unless you play a sport, or if you were in winter guard, you might have had to update yours for that, and so yours might be okay on file for the calendar year for the marching band. If your physical is set to expire sometime in, let's say, the beginning or middle of October, you will need to re-up your physical as well because our season does go through the first week of November. No students are allowed to participate unless they have a physical on file. For those of you that did the Dragonfly Max process last year, I'm working with our athletic director, Jason Holcomb, to get some of the additional forms that we don't need eliminated from our process. So we may be able to get rid of some of those forms, like, for example, the GHSA rules and policies form, because we're not a GHSA sport. We don't need to fill out that form. But there are some forms like the transportation form and copy of insurance that we will keep on there that you will need to scan and upload into that and then be approved before you can participate. So please go ahead and start thinking about this now and go ahead and get physicals taken care of sooner rather than later. That will be a big help to us just as we get to band camp, not having to exclude anyone just because they're not allowed to participate because of the county rules. All right, so Charms Office Assistant. This is a new program. Well, it's not new, but it's new to us that we will be using. We already use this program for all of our instrument inventory, uniform inventory, and our library, music library. And this is paid for by Fulton County. We will start to use more of the functions through Fulton County. There are some more uniform functions that we can use. There's a large mass communication tool. So, for example, if we have an emergency or if we need to change something very last minute, there is a text system that we can communicate through Charms. That's just a send only. You can't respond back, but it's just a mass communication tool. There's also finances that we can run through Charms. So we will be running all of our marching band payments through our Charms Office Assistant. Now, the payments will still go to the Johns Creek Band Booster Association bank account. You can still make payments directly to them through PayPal. You can make payments via the box that's in the room if you want to pay by check, those types of things. But with Charms, you can pay via credit card online. You can also pay through the PayPal account online through Charms directly. And so we're trying to streamline that process just a little bit. And this way you can also see your students' ledger. So for example, when it comes time to do tuxes and dresses, we'll probably run those through the Charm system in the fall semester. And you can see in there that your student has been charged for a certain amount for an item, be it marching band, concert band, whatever. And then that way you can go through and also see the date that you've been paid and the manner that you paid for those items. So it's a way for you to keep track of your finances throughout the school year, and it's just easier for us to have a one-stop shop for all things Johns Creek Gladiator Band. You will do your own registration. These instructions will be sent out sometime next week. All students will be considered a new student. So when you go to the self-registration, you're going to use the code Johns Creek. It's all one word with Johns and Creek capitalized. You can kind of see that right here. But you will all be a new student at that point. We're going to kind of clear the system out and kind of hit the reset button for all students. So you're going to want to go in there and you're going to want to select new students, and you're going to go through that process. And we'll have some step-by-step instructions to guide you through that as well. You'll be able to enter in your information such as your contact, your address, emails. We definitely want to get your emails and cell phone numbers in there so that we can communicate with you in a quick and efficient manner. So once again, if you have not filled out the marching band registration form, please do so as soon as you can. This is going to be the best way for us to get a hold of you and have contact information to start sending some of these things out. If you have already filled out the form, but you're not sure if you did, if you fill it out twice, it's not a big deal. I can delete the duplicate registrations. So if you're unsure, just by default, go ahead and fill this form out again just to be safe. But if you received the email for the link, that means I've already received your marching band registration form and you were at this meeting or received this video, so you're probably already registered, so you don't need to do it again. So once again, I know this is a lot of information all up front, and there's a lot more information to come, such as the Dragonfly Max and physicals and volunteer signups and Charms payments and registrations and some troubleshooting with that. So please be patient with us as a booster organization as we kind of implement these new systems and processes, and also as we're kind of coming out a year of not really having to do all of these things. So we're kind of retraining just a little bit on these systems, and we will do everything we can to make sure that your stuff is taken care of as efficiently and as effectively as possible. But we thank you in advance for your patience and understanding as we get these things taken care of. It takes a village, and Rome was not built in a day. And I know those are cliches, but for the future of this band program, those are definitely things that we're taking to heart and that we're believing in, and is that we want to make sure we get the little things right and we do the processes correctly. And it's going to take some time to get those correctly. But as we build that, as we build the program and we build these processes and these routines, those will turn into natural things that will just become quick and easy as we move forward. So thank you so much for paying attention. Hopefully this wasn't too long for you. I wanted to give out as much information as I could. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me. My email is danielsb4@fultonschools.org. I'm happy to answer any questions as I can. I can also direct you to the parent that might be in charge of that through our booster organization. But more information will be coming out about all these things in the next 2 weeks or so. If your student wants to rent an instrument over the summer to practice, they are more than welcome to do so. I've been explaining that in classes, but I know sometimes they forget to do that thing themselves. So if your student does need a school and instrument to rent over the summer, please contact me as soon as possible, and we'll get a time set up for you to check one out and get it sent to you. So thank you so much for your attention on this. Be on the lookout for more information coming soon. And like I said, if you have any questions or or if you need any clarification of anything that I've mentioned, please feel free to email me and I will try to answer your questions to the best of my abilities. I'm super excited about the fall season. I'm very excited about having regular marching band and going to competitions and doing all those things. So we hope that you'll join us and be on board and volunteer your time so that way you can see your student thriving and succeeding and doing what they love. So thank you so much and go Gladiators.